Hello, my name is Elizabeth Burke, and here's my parent education plan for Stepping Stones Montessori as discussed and shaped through culturally responsive education. So, the first question is why are we gathered here? Why should we have a parent education plan? Studies show that there's a strong link between parent involvement and student achievement that goes above and beyond what we as teachers can do in the classroom. We know that the school year is exhausting, and it's really hard to come by time to speak to parents unless we actually plan and arrange these moments. We need to consider, especially at Stepping Stones, that we are a non traditional learning environment and that there are a lot of things about the way we teach that our parents don't just inherently understand from their own educational experiences. We want to build a stronger community with our families, and this is going to be one of the best ways to do so. How is this going to be beneficial to us as teachers? Parents have a lot to share, whether it's from their own cultural background, if they have networking opportunities for us, or if they simply have skills that they can add to our classroom. Um, we can also take these meetings and use our parents as a way to to know our students from a different perspective. Here we will see how our students behave at home. We might see pictures from their family lives or while they are on vacation. It is the best way to get to know our students from a more holistic perspective. That being said, if we continue these meetings, parents will continue to stay involved. So as long as they know that we're actively cooperating, they will actively cooperate with us. Our first meeting will be a parent orientation night, and this will happen before the school year begins. This will be an opportunity for us to take the parents through a tour of our classrooms. They can meet us, and we can also discuss Montessori philosophy and curriculum to those who are less familiar with how our school functions. We'll have the opportunity to discuss some things about our school. So in this picture here on the left, we see our students eating gourmet day lunch, which is when we invite parents to bring a special snack for the class and maybe share why it's culturally relevant or why it's simply just a favorite meal of the family that's donating. And then on the right, we have some new play equipment in the yard. These are things that we can show our parents during these discussions. Our second meeting will be an open house held a month or so into the school year. At this point, we can invite parents to really look at the classroom with a better context than they did during that orientation. A month or so into the school year, they'll have heard their children speaking about certain materials positively or negatively. Here is our chance to show them what's going on in the classroom, why we feel like their child may or may not like materials. We can also set up clear routes of or methods of communication. So, all of us teachers as individuals need to consider whether or not we are better emailers, texters, callers. It's moments like these where we can establish that connection with our parents. Um, so, of course, here we've got some pictures of materials in the classroom. I know that I personally have to explain why a lot of my students are not big fans of cards and counters. But on the other hand, my students are so proud of themselves once they've reached the large movable alphabet. These are very wonderful conversation starters. And again, this is just such a very important time in the year for parents to start developing context and really understand what their kids are telling them when they come home. The third meeting will be a winter review. So this is after our parents have had a chance to really not only understand what their kids are doing, get used to the routine of things, but now it's time to have some input. Are there topics that we are not being thorough enough about? Are we missing something? Do the different families and cultures that they come from feel represented, heard, and welcomed at school? Maybe this meeting will be a wonderful chance for families to talk through some issues, or maybe it will just set the tone for parents feeling comfortable talking to us about what's good and bad about how we've been presenting lessons. Hopefully, parents feel comfortable talking to us and addressing these topics during these meetings, but if not, hopefully there will be a conversation starter for emails or, again, some sort of communication. Every year, we will finish things off with a spring picnic as far as our series of parent meetings are concerned. We had one last year in a local park. This was a wonderful opportunity for us as teachers to interact with families outside of the classroom. It was also nice to see families get to meet and greet each other if they haven't gotten to do so at birthday parties or other gatherings throughout the school year. This was just, I couldn't recommend this anymore since we are limited in space in our parking lot or even our yard. This is such a wonderful opportunity to get the entire class together. Um, this is mostly focused on positive moments and not quite like the other meetings that were about questions and learning how the school year went. This is just a general layout of the action plan of the 4 different meetings that I had prepared for parents and us, the teachers. Obviously, all of these places are intended to be spaces that we can, that parents feel comfortable asking questions. However, we are always available to answer emails or phone calls afterwards. We love any kind of feedback, any insight that we can be given. All right, there you have it. That's my plan for parent education at Stepping Stones.